You've sacrificed sleep, you've skipped weekends, you stay consistent for months, but yet your business is still stuck under 10k per month. And worst of all, you're starting to think that you are the problem. But the thing is, it's not because you're lazy, it's not because you're missing a secret funnel or anything like that. It's because of a hidden mental trap that is silently killing your performance. And it's so subtle that most entrepreneurs don't even see it coming. But those who do go on to reach 10k per month, go on to reach 100k per month in their business, they enter a flow state so powerful it feels like they're bending time. So in this video, I'm going to expose this mental trap and show you how you can get rid of it once and for all so you can actually excel in business like you were meant to. The first thing I want you to realize is that the universe is very giving. If you do a certain action, you're going to get the same result that the action brings you. You can probably agree with that, right? This action is usually magnified over a few years. So for example, if you increase the weight on your bench press by 1 kg every single week, eventually you're going to hit 100 kg bench. And so if you've been in business for months, maybe even years like I did, I didn't make any money online, it's nothing to do with the actions you're taking, then you would already be on 10k per month because the actions you're taking are reflecting that. It's giving the effect that the universe will bring you, which is usually money. I remember in my odd business, I went through this period like a month where I didn't know what was the constraint. I didn't know why I wasn't making money online. I was doing the outreaches, I was tracking everything, I was working hard every single day, but I just couldn't make any money. And it was until I solved this mental trap that I actually started to make money online. I started to reach my goals with even less work than I was doing before. You see, the real problem is that most entrepreneurs are operating from a very dysregulated state. They're operating from stress, they're operating from fear all the time. They wake up, their heart is racing all the time. And so you right now, when you're in this dysregulated state, that's like trying to build a house during an earthquake. Every single time you build the walls, you build like the wooden planks, it's just gonna fall over straight away. You're operating from a fragmented mind that is killing your business, and it's the sole reason why you're not making money online. I know this is a wishy-washy answer you've heard all the time. You know, it's nothing to do with the business, it's nothing to do with the funnel you're using, it's something to do with yourself. I'm telling you right now, this is the only reason why you're not on 10k per month yet. And so the simple solution to this is to operate from a focused mind, not a fragmented one. And the first step to do that is realizing you do not need more discipline, you don't need to work harder, you need to optimize the work you're doing, you need to reach a flow state, alright? A flow state does not come from working harder, it comes from aligning your nervous system, your actual body, like your frequency that you actually live at, to your vision. Because I guarantee if you look at every single top entrepreneur like Alex Hormozi, for example, they're in flow state all day. They work and sit at the desk for most of the day and they're not distracted. They're not thinking about some random like trauma they've had in the past or anything. They're fully focused. They're not operating from a fragmented mind, they're operating from a focused one. And so the mental barrier that is stopping you from reaching 10k per month is nothing to do with like the business. It's to do with you operating from a chaotic lifestyle. You're operating from a chaotic mind that is causing you to not see the results you want. And the way you solve this is by reaching a flow state. And basically what a flow state is, it's basically a state where you're fully immersed on a task. There's nothing that can distract you. Your prefrontal cortex basically turns off, which manages all the thoughts, all the past, the present, the future, and you're just completely immersed in a task. A lot of people associate this state with timelessness or a lack of effort because it's literally the most addictive state on earth, even more addictive than most drugs. And it's crazy to say, but honestly, once you reach a flow state, which I guarantee you've already done in your life, you'll start to shift the business and what you want in your favor. You'll start to reach your goals 10 times quicker. I will not go into all the little hacks that will teach you to get into a flow state in this video, but if you want to learn more, then you can go to my channel. I've made tons of videos on the flow state you can watch, alright? But the main 3 requirements of a flow state is 1, deep concentration. Making sure you're deeply concentrated on the task you're doing. There's no distractions, there's no phone in your environment. You're in a quiet environment, there's nothing that can distract you. And the only thing in your attentional space is the work, the tasks you're doing. This is very easy to achieve. All you need to do is do an audit of your environment. What is in your environment that's distracting you? Is it your phone? Is it like, I don't know, YouTube or something like that? And you can implement systems to make these harder to get on. And naturally, your brain will take the path of least resistance, which means you'll do the work instead. The next requirement is making sure you are relaxed and not stressed. You need to be on the alpha wave frequency and not the beta wave, which is usually associated with like stress, anxiety. And the reason why I say this is because for entrepreneurs specifically, you are so stressed all the time. You're literally on the brink of burning out. You wake up and your heart is just racing because you've got to manage all these clients, right? If you want to actually get into a flow state, you need to tone down this stress. And the way I've done that is basically by setting a cutoff point to where I work. So literally when it comes to 7 p.m. or 6 p.m, I stop working. I don't do anything after that point. Maybe I go enjoy some time with my friends and stuff like that, you know? I also do deep recovery. I go to sleep on time every single night. I don't really chase that much dopamine. Like, bro, if you looked at my life, it's not really full of dopamine. It's just full of like actual healthy dopamine, like going outside and stuff, you know? If you fill your life with this, what you notice is your dopamine baseline goes straight back down and you start to operate from a calm, collected state of mind. You're not really stressed all the time. You're not anxious. Alright? And finally, the last requirement is making sure the task is 4% harder than your current skill levels. And what I mean by that is basically making sure you're using all of your skills to actually complete the task at hand. What you're going to see on the screen is like the chance score ratio, which is like the golden rule of flow created by Mihai, which is like this flow researcher. When you're stressed or anxious, you're going to be overwhelmed, you're going to start to procrastinate. But if you're bored, then what's going to happen is you're going to get distracted easily. You're going to go to YouTube, you're going to go on your phone very easily because your brain does not like being bored. It doesn't like being with your own thoughts, right? So what you need to do is reach this middle ground, which is a flow channel, which is where the task is usually like 4% harder than your current skill levels. So what I want you to do is just ask yourself right now, do you get distracted easily or do you feel overwhelmed when you're going to work? If you can find the feeling you have when you're going to work that is causing you to not work or not get the result you want, then you will start to realize, okay, I'm either in the overwhelmed section or I'm in the bored section. And so if you're in the overwhelmed section, you can start to reduce your work hours, you can start to work less but prioritize the things that actually matter. If you're in the bored section, then you can start to increase the time you work. You can start to increase the challenges, like maybe you set a challenge to complete the work 10 times quicker and you do it, right? That will start to raise the stimulation of the work and you'll start to actually enjoy it more. You'll start to reach flow. These are the 3 requirements of a flow state. The first one is making sure you have deep concentration. The next one is making sure you are in a calm, collected state. You're not stressed, you're not overwhelmed. And the final one is saying the skills and the tasks so you can reach a flow state effortlessly. If you do these 3 things, you'll reach a flow state and you'll get rid of this mental block, which is you operating from a chaotic mind, not like from a calm mind that is needed to operate a business that you reach 10k per month. So please just do these 3 things and I guarantee you will reach a flow state, you'll start to change your life and you will actually start to reach goals themselves quicker in business, alright? And by the way, if you're a young entrepreneur who wants to get into a flow state for 6+ hours in a day, completely blow up your business, click the first link in the description to join my free community. We get a free flow state course and a free coaching call with me, alright? Goodbye, have a nice day. You're gonna get my known face again. Goodbye.